So I've walked out today and see the flooding in my hometown. This is 2 days past peak level, and as you can see the river is still very high, but it was a good 4 to 6 feet higher than this before. Over there is the gypsy encampment. These are the fields sort of in between. This is all flooded here. Over there is the river proper. It reminds me very much of my favourite JG Ballards book, which is The Drowned World, where sometime in the future the polar ice caps have all melted. The heat has increased the daily temperature by about 10 degrees, and all of civilization has just been completely engulfed in water and unbearable temperature. And it focuses on the hero, a protagonist called Kerens, and a couple of companions who decide not to go with the rest of the scientists to the North Pole, but actually to initially stay in the drowned London, and in Kerens' case eventually go south into the heat. Ballard seems to express this theory that as conditions get harder, we revert to a kind of iguana-like state of primitiveness, and it's all coded semi-genetically in our spinal sections. The history of our primitive amphibian and reptile ancestry is controlled in our spines, and we revert. I've always loved that book. I've always loved Ballard's simple books. There's another one called The Wind from Nowhere. You can probably guess what that's about. There's another one called Drought. These books where, for absolutely no reason whatsoever other than some kind of celestial malevolence, the earth turns upon its inhabitants in various ways, and how people struggle physically and philosophically to survive. This is the weir. If people do canoeing down here, I don't think they're going to be doing much of that today. I've always found that those books are actually, Ballard's, the masterworks. I've never liked Crash. I always thought that was hideously overwritten, just striving for sexually perverse effects every paragraph, and it just didn't do it for me. And I hated the character Vaughan, the protagonist. I can't remember who plays him in the film, but there was always discussing. But this is I like the purity of Ballard's earlier writings, and this is what he was writing about. And maybe one day, if we live long enough, ourselves or our immediate families beneath us will have a chance to see what he was talking about. One never knows.